Hello, everyone. This is the Minister of Beauty, and thank you for joining me on the Minister of Beauty channel. And on this channel, I share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. This is Business Mondays, and on Business Mondays, I like to talk about things business related. I am an entrepreneur. I've been one since 2006, beauty business entrepreneur since 2008. And today, I wanted to talk about how to take your power back and why you must do it. Now, some of you might not feel like this correlates to anything in your life right now, business-wise, but if you have been in business for a long period of time, or maybe not so long, at some point, you will probably feel powerless, and you may feel like you've been taken advantage of. I know that as an employer, and not just someone who owns a business, but I'm on a different level where I actually have employees and payroll taxes and all of the different things that comes with the responsibility of having employees in the United States. If you are watching from the United States, every country is different, and even every state in the United States is different, but we are pretty much an employee covered area where it's all about employees' rights, and rarely is it about the rights of the employer. Now, there are some places where employers don't have to give someone notice to fire them. You can just kind of fire for any reason, but you can't discriminate on the basis of things that people don't have any control over. But I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So I wanted to talk about taking your power back and why you must do it. First and foremost, the reason why you must take your power back if you feel like you've lost it in business and being the owner of a business is that you are the owner of your business. No one else is going to care more about your business than you do, just as if you are a parent and you have a child. More likely than not, no one is going to care about your child more than you do. And it's not to say that people aren't going to care about your children at all, but when it comes down to the responsibility of everything that involves your child, you are the one as the parent that is going to make sure that your child is fed, that your child is healthy, that if your child is sick, that you're taking it to the doctor. If your child is in school and they say that the child is sick, that you're the one picking your child up, you're taking care of your child, you are clothing your children, you are taking that main role as the responsible head of your child. So as the business owner, you are responsible for your business. I don't care who you hire, how much money you're paying them. No one is going to care more about your business than you do. And trust me, I know from experience because I have been there when it comes to having employees, and you think because you're paying them well that they're going to do a good job. And unfortunately, sometimes that just brings up a spirit of entitlement, and some people want to sit on their fat, lazy bleeps and not do anything because they just feel entitled and they don't feel like doing much today. Just a little bit of an example, but you're the one who is responsible for your business. No one else is going to care more about your business than you do. So you have to take your power back if you feel like you've been taken advantage of, if you feel like people may be, not respecting your business, not respecting your name, putting things out there about you because they may not like you as competition, or they're just jealous, or whatever the different issues may be with someone else in terms of how they relate with you and your business. You have to take your power back and stand up for who you know you are. And that's one of the things that I have had to do and that I have been doing. I have taken my power back in a lot of different areas, but I'm just going to give you 3 examples of how you can take your power back and how I am doing that. Okay, so one of the ways that you can take your power back is get comfortable saying no. Saying no for me is not one of the easiest things. Some people, they can say no, fairly easy. It's not even anything they have to think about. Sometimes someone will come up to them and say, "Can I ask you a question?" And they say no. They don't have any problem with saying no. I haven't had a problem with saying no, I would say, but I definitely have had issues where it involves me thinking about other people more so than I'm thinking about myself. And I would probably give them, I'll think about it, or a yes, even if it's something that I don't really want to do, simply because I want to help that person. But being in business, even if you have a charity, but if you're in business to profit and you're in business to make money, you're in business to make money. You are a business owner that is here to generate revenue. So it's not about feelings. There is no feelings in finances. So you have to get comfortable with saying no, and know, KNOW, that saying no is not an obscene word. It's actually a really great word. It can do you wonders if you learn to say no, but do it tactfully. You don't have to do it disrespectfully, but getting comfortable saying no is something that you're going to have to do. You're really going to have to get comfortable with it in order to take your power back. Because sometimes you may get to the point where you're always saying yes to everyone else but yourself, and then you are feeling drained. You're feeling like you're taken advantage of, but just because simply people know that you're going to say yes if they ask you for help, and it's not right, it's not fair, you should not be taken advantage of. I've been there, I've done that, I'm moving on from it, and I'm not allowing anyone to do that to me anymore. So you have to get comfortable with saying no in order to take your power back. The second thing that you have to do to take your power back is own up to the mistakes that you've made and learn from them. Learn from the mistakes. There are lessons in your losses. I have had a number of mistakes that I've made. Mistakes that I've made in trusting people. Mistakes that I've made in investing in certain things. Investing in certain people. Taking opportunities that I thought were opportunities when honestly they were not opportunities. They were more just setups by people who are opportunists. And some different things that I've encountered where I have made mistakes. I'm owning up to those mistakes in my life, and it doesn't feel good. You're not going to feel good when you own up to mistakes. You're not going to feel good when you say, you know what? I wasted $50,000 on that venture, but you know what? It's all good. No, you're not going to feel that way. I don't feel good about wasting time and wasting money. Those are two things that I absolutely hate. I hate when my time is wasted because I can never get my time back. You can always get money back, but even with that, I don't like to waste my money. So when both of those things are involved, I get absolutely frustrated and angry. And sometimes it has gotten me in a place of wanting to just kind of completely shut down and shut everyone out. But that's not a healthy state of mind to be in. It's definitely not a healthy place to operate in if you have a business, because you can't continue on that way. You just have to count up the costs, count up and own up the mistakes that you've made, fess up to them and say that, yeah, this happened. And, kind of figure out why it happened so that you don't have that happen again, and move on from it. Learn from the mistakes so that you don't have it happen again, because there's an old saying, those who don't remember their past, they're doomed to repeat it. And you don't want to repeat mistakes. You don't want to repeat some failures that you've had, in your past. You don't want to repeat things that did not add to your life, add to your business. They took away some things. They took away some time. They took away some opportunities. It may have cost you some friendships. It may have cost some rifts in your family. Like, you don't want to continue to make those mistakes over and over again. So learn from those mistakes. Own up to them. Fess up to them, learn from them, and move on from them, because it's going to do you wonders. Because you'll look back 2, 3, 5 years later and on down the line, and it will benefit you, but you have to learn from those mistakes. So the third and final thing is invest in your growth. Invest in your business. I can't say this enough, but I've been a huge believer of investing in my business, and I've done that over the years a lot more sometimes than I should have, but I've invested a lot in myself, in my education, and in my business. I have invested in some people that unfortunately were wastes for me. So those, for me, were some of the mistakes that I've learned from. I've owned up to them. I've invested in former employees that were really not worth the investment because it did not profit me anything at all. And so that's, again, going back to number 2, a mistake that I had to own up to, and I'm learning from it and I'm moving on from it, and I'm not repeating those mistakes anymore. I've invested in some equipment that really was a waste of money simply because, going back to number 1, I was not comfortable saying no. So as the owner of a business, I get bombarded by sales reps, different companies trying to sell me on this and that and the other. So having a manager over the past couple of years, I've been able to separate myself from all these different salespeople and companies that are trying to get me to sign up for this and to buy that and invest in this and rent that. That manager there has been my intermediary. And sometimes you may not be 100% comfortable with saying no, again, going back to number 1, but you put things in place that will help protect you and prevent you from saying yes to some things or people that you should be saying no to. So that's what I did. I put that buffer in place, and that buffer is my manager. So anytime anyone comes to me directly trying to get me to listen to their sales pitch or think about doing this, sometimes I get people that reach out to me in my direct messenger on Instagram or my personal Facebook page. I let them know I have a manager that handles that. Here's their number. Here's their email address. You can contact them directly, and they have to respect it. And honestly, 97% or maybe 98% of the things that she's presented with, I tell her no, and that's it. So I'm done with it. But I definitely have invested in my growth for some things that were good. So I've invested in having other locations over the years, and those things definitely were good investments for me. I've invested in my education. I've invested in classes, and I've invested in some coaching opportunities and different conferences that I've done over the years. I've invested in more training for myself so that I can help bring in more revenue in my business. Those things have been investments in my growth, investments in growth for the business. So I don't regret doing those things. I definitely am thankful that I made a lot of the investments that I made. Not all of the investments I made were bad things. Not all of the investments I made were regrettable, but some of them were. Again, I just own up to them and I learned from it, and I'm not repeating those things anymore. So I hope you guys get what I'm saying, because we are in the middle of November 2019 right now, and soon we'll be going into the new year, and everybody will be talking about New Year's resolutions and, these different things. I want you to have the mindset that you have to own who you are. And if who you are is not very strong and powerful right now, you can be that. But you have to do things to help you to get in a place where you can take your power back. I have had the opportunity to work with a number of women over the years, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that I've had. I don't do much coaching and mentoring, but I'm here to help in any capacity that I can. So guys, if you want to get on a call with me, you can go to my website. My website is in the description box, and you can schedule a call with me if you'd like to talk with me about things moving forward for your business. Again, I have been an entrepreneur since 2006. I've learned a lot in a lot of these years that I've been in business, but I can say that a lot of the experiences that I have encountered, it hasn't been just for me, it's to help people moving forward, because not everybody has to go through all of the mishaps and the mistakes and the losses and things, that I've experienced. I've gone through those things to help give people a shortcut so they can avoid some of those things moving forward. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Business Mondays on the Minister of Beauty channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. I've got more in store, more to come. So I appreciate you guys watching, taking the time to watch this video to the end. And so I'm going to get ready to end it here. So until the next time, guys, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.